Master the art of likability. What science and Dale Carnegie got right. In the next 3 seconds, your brain will make a decision about me that will determine whether you trust anything I say. And here's what's fascinating. This split-second judgment happens in a part of your brain that evolved before humans could even speak. Here it is revealed to you how to hack this ancient system. We're about to explore hidden psychological triggers that most people will never know about. These aren't your typical maintain eye contact tips. We are immersing into the proprietary research that major corporations spend millions to understand, but rarely share publicly. Principle 1. The vocal cadence matrix. Ever wondered why some people command attention the moment they speak? It's not what they say so much as if it's hidden in a mathematical pattern called the golden ratio of speech. Top negotiators unconsciously use a specific rhythm, speaking for 8.2 seconds and pausing for 3.1 seconds, creating a pattern that triggers what neuroscientists call anticipatory attention. And here's the 8.2-second speech pattern.
40 years ago, 1979, Denzel and I were in a Joseph Papp production of Coriolanus. I was the lead. Denzel was a stage prop. Now, he has publicly said many times that during rehearsal, he came to me with questions, suggestions about how we...
Here we have Morgan Freeman speaking for 8.2 seconds followed by a pause of 3.1 seconds, which suggests a deliberate pacing used for emphasis, or to allow the audience to absorb the information. Such timing can enhance the impact of a speech or narration. Morgan Freeman is an acclaimed American actor known for his distinctive, authoritative voice and commanding presence. And there are many others: Dame Judi Dench, Matthew McConaughey, Jeremy Irons to name but a few. Our brains process information in waves of attention. The average human attention span has peaks and valleys. 8.2 seconds aligns with our natural cognitive processing rhythm. It's long enough to convey a complete thought, but short enough to maintain attention. How to measure 8.2 seconds naturally? Instead of actually counting to 8.2, think of it as delivering one complete, meaningful thought. Here's the format. 8.2 seconds. I just got back from this amazing trip to Japan. 3.1 second pause, gauge interest. 8.2 seconds, where I learned the art of making ramen from a master chef. 3.1 second pause, slight smile. 8.2 seconds, it completely changed how I think about food preparation. Try this exercise. Record yourself reading a news article. Then record it again using this pattern. Watch how people lean in when you master this rhythm. We move on to Principle 2. The proximity power paradigm. This is about your personal space. Learn how to make use of it. Advanced behavioral mapping has revealed that influence happens in what's called the golden triangle, a precise 27-degree angle to someone's left side. This position activates subconscious trust markers because it places you in their peripheral vision without triggering threat responses. Here's your practice method. 1. Position yourself so you can see their left ear. 2. Your shoulders should be at a slight angle, not parallel. And 3. Keep your left foot slightly back. This creates what we call the engagement zone. Now keep in mind the rule of thumb, as in this is a guideline. Focus on the framework, not on the specifics. Do you get my drift? Then we have Principle 3, the memory imprint technique. Your brain creates stronger memories when information comes with subtle inconsistency, which is referred to as the pattern interrupt effect. For instance, when sharing a story, introducing an unexpected detail that seems slightly out of place but relevant creates what neurologists term a cognitive bookmark. Watch how I make this simple story memorable, using pattern interrupts. I start with the regular story. I went to the coffee shop this morning, ordered my usual drink, and had a meeting with a client. And now with pattern interrupt. I went to the coffee shop this morning, the one where the barista has a collection of vintage spoons displayed on the wall. Ordered my usual drink and had a meeting with a client. Did you pick up on that? Practice method. To master this, take a simple daily story. Identify one unusual detail that's true, but unexpected. Insert it naturally, as if it's part of the normal flow. The detail should be specific, but not so bizarre it becomes the focus. Keep in mind, this is about making your communication memorable by strategically inserting unique, relevant details that create those cognitive bookmarks in people's minds. Likable is all about a good memory of you, or rather how they felt when they were with you. Moving on to Principle 4, the subliminal trust loop. Micro-expression analysis. There's a specific sequence of micro-movements that trigger instant rapport. It's so subtle that it happens in less than 1/40th of a second. Major corporations have spent millions mapping these expressions. The key? It's not about smiling, it's about the precise order of muscle activation. Let me show you how to consciously control these unconscious signals. These are the micro-expression sequences that build instant trust. Note the subtle, naturally inspired expressions. The sequences: brief eye contact, 0.3 seconds, anything longer, and it can be construed for unusual interest or intimidation. Next, slight eyebrow raise. Then a micro nod, followed by a natural smile that reaches the eyes. Yes, this is role play, an act if you please. But in order for it to be genuine, it needs to be felt by you in order for it to resonate in these expressions. There is nothing more distasteful than having feigned interest. Simply put, bullshitted too. Practice exercise. Start with this mirror exercise. Stand 3 feet from a mirror. Practice the sequence in slow motion. Key point: the smile should start at your eyes, not your mouth. Watch for crow's feet, they indicate authenticity. Now, we are going to move on to the last principle. But really speaking, this is a handful of principles amongst a whole lot more that we think are not so widely known. These are researched and documented strategies at a psychological level. Implementation takes practice. It is a skill that can be learned, but how effective it becomes is when it takes on a natural extension to yourself. In general, people are capable of picking up on a put-on, an ingenuous emotion. And that is most certainly not a likable quality. Finally, Principle 5, the echo-empathy effect. When two people are in genuine rapport, their heart rates actually synchronize. But here's what's fascinating. You can intentionally lead this synchronization. It's called a physiological pacing, and it's the secret behind why some people seem to radiate charisma. The synchronization you need to focus on is breathing rhythm, speaking pace, and energy level. This is difficult to show, as it needs to be experienced. And the best way to do that is to try it out yourself. Here's your daily practice routine. In your next conversation, match your breathing to the other person. Start speaking slightly faster than them. Then, gradually slow down. Now, observe how they naturally match your pace. Try this low-stakes exercise in an everyday setting. Start with a cashier or barista. Match their energy level exactly. Make one subtle shift in your energy. Now, notice how they unconsciously follow. These aren't just theories. They're backed by billions of data points from real-world interactions. The question isn't whether they work, it's whether you'll be the one using them or the one being influenced by them. Remember, the goal is to create genuine connections, not to manipulate. These techniques should enhance your natural communication style, not replace it. Seeing that you are with us to the end of this video, I will take it that you like both the subject matter and how it has been presented, deeming it likable. And if so, then the likable thing to do is, well, subscribe of course, and jot us a comment. In our next video, we'll reveal how to combine these techniques into what behavioral experts call the influence matrix. Until then, let's work on being the best version of ourselves.